A man once borrowed a large sum of money from a friend with which he paid the bride price of his wife. After his wife settled down in his home, he told her of his debt. He also said that since she was a very expensive woman to keep in the style she enjoyed, he would continue to borrow money from his friend who was always willing to give him a loan. Foolishly, his wife endorsed his scheme. She went on to squander his money on costly food and clothes. In fact, she was happy that her husband suffered because of his love for her. After quite a long time, the creditor began to demand his money back. He wondered why his friend had gone on to borrow more and more money instead of repaying some of what he owed. But each time the creditor reminded him of the debt, the man would answer, "I know that I shall pay back the money sooner or later." This went on for several months, during which time it became obvious to the creditor that the man had no intention of paying him back. So once again he decided to visit the debtor and ask for all or at least part of the money. Meanwhile, the debtor devised a trick with his wife. Their front door would always be bolted. If any visitor knocked on the door, the man would escape into a nearby bush through the back door while his wife would tell the visitor that her husband had traveled to a foreign land. This trick was played on their creditor many a time, but he continued to come back for his money. One day the debtor fell asleep while relaxing on his bed. Since he did not plan to sleep, his wife had not bolted the door. While she was washing her utensils by the back door, there was suddenly a knock on the front door. Within a split second, the visitor was in their sitting room. The debtor's wife rushed into the inner room where her husband was sleeping, woke him up, and pushed him under the bed. When she saw the creditor, she gasped, then quickly tried to appear calm. "Where has your husband gone today?" asked the creditor. "He has gone to collect his money from his debtors." "When is he coming back, please?" "I do not know precisely, but he did say that he would not return until all his 20 debtors had paid him in full." "That's fine and fair. But please tell him that whenever he is hiding under his bed, trying to avoid his creditors, he should learn to put both his feet completely under the bed. In the meantime, I shall go to the chief to lay an official complaint and engage the services of his debt recovery officers. I'm sure you both know what that means. Goodbye." The debtor and his wife then realized that their trick had been exposed and were thoroughly embarrassed. Although they tried to beg the creditor to give them more time to repay, but the creditor walked away angrily.